Good evening. You're listening to Talking Guns with Joe. I am Joe, and tonight my special guest co-host is Miss Lindsey Guns.
Hello, everybody.
Lindsey, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I am fabulous. It's, I don't know if you want to look at the start of a new week. I like looking at it that way. It's Sunday night.
It is the start of a new week.
Or the end of a bad week.
The start of a new week. That's more positive.
We like being positive here. Let's get rid of the negatives. And that's why we got some cool things we're going to talk about tonight. So listen, first we got some cool free classes going on the Aegis Tactical coming up right there in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a gun that you can win, a HK VP9. Pretty cool. Have you fired one of those yet, Lindsey?
I have.
How do you like them?
I like the HK.
It's nice. It's nice.
They are very nice shooting
myself,
guns.
which is very similar to the VP9.
Yes.
I say it's its bigger, more mature brother. But price point wise, the VP9 is a really cool gun. Then we're going to talk about Dick's Sporting Goods again.
They don't want to go away, huh?
No, they just, they're trying to get free publicity, I'm guessing. And I really don't want to give it to them, but what's happening is really cool. And I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's participating. Then we're going to talk about our friend Vern Buchanan and what's going on with him. Again, Bank of America in the news again, folks. And guess who else is in the news? Take a guess. I bet you'll never guess.
That Zimmerman guy, perhaps?
How'd you guess?
I can see it on your paper.
She's psychic. It's on my paper in front of me. But yes, George Zimmerman back in the news again. And then we got some exciting news from the NRA, which I think is pretty exciting, pretty neat. We'll talk about that, and let's just jump into this.
Okay.
Now, listen, if you miss any part of this show tonight, you could always catch it after 9 o'clock on our Facebook page, and that's Talking Guns with Joe. On the Facebook page, we have a YouTube channel, same thing, and even our website, same thing. You can check all the shows out right there. And you can even see us doing the show.
If you want to.
My mom said I have a face for radio. Everybody's heard that before. Didn't you agree with her?
I think I did.
That's not nice. But anyway, let's just jump right into this. What do you want to jump into?
Looks like we're starting with Vern Buchanan.
Let's start with our friend Vern. What do we got there with Vern?
Well, some little controversy going on with Vern, as brought about by a gun control advocacy group. They are basically...
Wait. So we have a pro-gun, right-leaning politician.
Right, being targeted by a gun control advocacy group.
And there's controversy?
Shocking, I know.
It's shocking.
Shocking.
I've never heard this before.
I never would have seen that coming.
No.
Because they're not going after everybody right now.
No, not everybody.
Right.
They're even going after me.
You kind of like that sometimes, though.
It's fun. But go on. What's going on with our friend Vern?
Apparently, in case anybody does not know, Vern has been bought and paid for by the NRA, or at least per this group.
Yes. Can I jump in here?
Yeah, go ahead.
The other morning, I was going through my Facebook feed. Thank you for that. I'm still not up to date on all these things, but I'm going through my Facebook feed, and I start seeing all this stuff about Vern Buchanan popping up everywhere. And I'm shocked. And what did they say? The NRA bought him for $15,000 or something like that? About
$15,000, I guess, that he accepted from the NRA. And what they're saying is that because of this, Buchanan is voting just like the NRA tells him to. This is through a digital ad on Facebook, yeah.
I don't think you can buy Vern Buchanan for $15,000. I find that hard to believe.
That's kind of chump change, really.
Yes. Not to me, I'd take it, but...
But to Vern.
Yes, it's chump change.
You're
I'm
not
sure.
Vern.
I'm not his accountant, but yeah, I'm sure that is chump change. But then you really look into it and really read the article and do some digging on it. And the Sarasota Herald did a great job on the story they posted the other day.
Yes. Well, this gun control group, they're actually endorsing an opponent of Buchanan who they hope are going to take his seat in the district. So they've got an interest. They definitely have an interest in this. And
how did they come up with this $15,000, if you don't mind me asking?
It looks like it was a donation to him over four election cycles.
Wait, how many election cycles?
4 election cycles from 2006 to 2012.
So over 6 years, they donated $15,000 to his campaign.
Right.
What year is it now? 2018?
Yes.
Okay, these people are just pulling and grasping at anything they possibly can get their hands on.
Do you know the total amount he probably raised in that year? In those years?
I couldn't even.
Right.
I
so
can't
again,
count that high.
the 15,000 is chump change.
Yes. But this is what they're stooping to. This is the levels that they're going down to try to fight us, to grab our guns, whatever you want to call it.
Well, Vern is known to be pro-gun. So, of course, they're going to go after him, and they're going to grasp at straws. They're going to say whatever they can to make him look bad.
That's all they're trying to do. And people, if they make the headlines, I mean, I don't even like talking about these things because it's making the headlines.
Right. And that's what people do. They read the headlines. They don't read the article. They don't dig deeper and see that, hey, these guys might have
but because of this story and just reading it and seeing the nonsense that they're pulling, Vern's got my vote.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly.
And the guy that's running against him, we're not even going to say his name.
Nope.
He definitely doesn't have my vote. So, no. Vern, if you need anything and you're listening to this show, which you should be, give us a call. We got your back.
Absolutely.
So
you got at least 2 votes right here.
I'm sure there's a few other people out there voting.
I'm sure.
Listen, go to our Facebook page. We posted this story. I'll post it again and tell us if you got Vern's back.
Yes.
Let him know he's got support. So let's our friend George Zimmerman. Well, really not our friend.
I was going to say he's your friend. You know this guy?
Not at all. Not at all.
So Zimmerman is like one of those bad relatives that just won't go away.
And that's the key. He won't go away.
Right.
He's not smart enough to go away.
No. Bless his heart. You know what that means, right?
No, what does that mean?
It means...
You say it to me all the time.
It means a whole lot of... It's a very nice way of saying a whole lot of other things that aren't so nice.
Oh, like when I say 2 words?
Yes.
For you? Okay.
Yes.
So what did Mr. Zimmerman do this time?
He's been charged with stalking a private investigator.
That's all I can do is laugh. How do you stalk a private investigator?
Well, apparently this private investigator was actually hired to find individuals who might have an interest in participating in a documentary around, guess whose life?
George Zimmerman.
No, the other guy.
Trayvon Martin?
Yeah, Trayvon Martin. Okay. Yeah, remember that's when Zimmerman first made news back in February 2012.
And he was
found not guilty. Yes, he was. These I don't know, these new events kind of make me question that a little bit, to be honest.
It doesn't make me question. No, this was my question with this guy. If something like that happened, come on, this was national news, world. This guy, his face, everything was all plastered all over the world. Everywhere. Yeah. Well, as well as Trayvon's was, too. Yes. I mean, the both of them. I mean, it was and it's an unfortunate situation what happened, no matter how you look at it. But he was found justified in what he did. Right. The majority of his peers found him justified. Now, if I was him and something like that happened to me, I would move to the furthest part of this country that I can possibly. I'd be in Alaska right now. Wouldn't you just kind of want to fade away and live your life after that? Yes, where people don't know me. I would probably try to legally change my name, do whatever I can do, because this guy's not going to be able to really get employment or anything like that. Yeah. I remember, was it Caltech gave him a gun for free? Caltech did? Yeah, somebody did. Was that a publicity stunt as well, you think? Probably, I'm sure. Everybody's trying to use it for a publicity stunt. But listen, this guy, everybody's watching for him. He's always getting in trouble. Every couple of months, you see his name in the paper. Right. He's doing something wrong. George, if you're listening, cut it out. Move. Really, really far away. Yeah. You're never going to get a break if you stay in this area. Sorry. It's true. You're too. Even if you were right, whatever it was going to be, you were deemed right. Or the jury said you were right. He was deemed right, but it's kind of hard to live all that down. It is. Just move. Nobody's going to cut your break. Go somewhere else. There's other areas to go. There's probably better areas to live in. Yeah. Move now. Definitely don't harass private investigators. Have you stalked Private investigators get paid to stalk you.
Well, I guess he had asked Zimmerman if he wanted to participate in the documentary. I guess he was not very happy that this documentary was actually going to be taking place, and he started harassing the guy.
Think about it. If the documentary takes place, it's going to bring everything up again.
Right. And I can see that because you do want it to just go away and be buried.
Yes, because this guy's had people gunning for him from day one.
Right.
Of this, and let's just get it behind us. Let's move on.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen with a documentary coming out.
I guess he made a total of 55 phone calls, 67 text messages, 36 voicemails, and 27 emails in 9 days to this private investigator. That's where the stalking comes in.
Wait. The private investigator gave him his cell phone number?
Well, he called him to see if he wanted to be part of the documentary.
Okay. This is to any business owners out there, I would recommend, especially private investigators.
They should know better, actually.
Have a throwaway phone.
Right.
One you don't care about. But if you have a business, you never call from your cell phone. I've made the mistake here at the shop, and I'm putting on my other hat at Aegis Tactical, and have called customers from my cell phone.
Oh, bad mistake.
Not that I mind talking to the people at all, but then some people just feel like they can talk to you anytime.
Well, at all hours of the night and during
3
dinners.
3 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting phone calls because they want to ask about ammo and guns.
Yeah, there's business hours for that.
Yeah,
business owners are allowed to have a life.
No, we're not.
Well,
24/7.
It would be nice if they were, I guess.
But that's what we choose. That's what we want to do. But yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning was a little ridiculous. And the best one was when I answered the phone. The guy goes, "Hey, I'm surprised you answered the phone." I was like, "Hey, I'm surprised you called."
Right.
Had to find out what you wanted to talk about.
Right.
So listen, when we return, we're going to talk about some of those free classes going on. We're going to talk about how to win that free gun and some other cool things going on, especially what's happening with Dick's Sporting Goods. Welcome back to Talking Guns with Joe. Again, I am Joe, and I'm joined by Lindsey Guns.
Hello.
And Lindsey's been helping us out with the little news brief that happened this past week. And we got a couple other things we're going to bring up real quick. Let's bring up the fun one first, and the one I'm really interested in, because it's going to be interesting.
Is this the fun one?
This is going to be with the NRA, the new president of the NRA.
Right.
Who is it going to be?
Drum roll. Can I have a drum roll? Yeah, can I have a drum roll?
I don't know if they can hear that.
I hope so. Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North.
Yes. And most people in our age group probably won't even remember who he is. Do you remember?
Really, you think? Yeah, I absolutely remember who he is.
Oh, I absolutely remember too. I mean, we had to do some history here, but remember the whole Iran-Contra affairs and all that stuff?
Right.
Yes. I mean, and he was found guilty, I believe, in the beginning.
In the beginning.
Then they reversed it, and all the charges were dismissed.
Yes.
I'm going to look that up real quick, but tell us what's going on there, Lindsey.
He is poised to become the new NRA president. It looks like the NRA is happy about it. Lieutenant North is happy about it. Everybody is happy with this decision.
Yes, I'm happy with this decision.
Yeah, I think
here's a man, a person that has true leadership ability.
Absolutely.
He was a lieutenant colonel in the Marines. He went through one heck of a ordeal back in the 80s. I remember back then seeing him on TV in his uniform sitting at that table testifying day after day after day. Yes, I was too young at the time.
I'm younger than you.
You are. But at the time to really understand it, when I got older, and I just looked it up, all the charges were dismissed back in 1991. That's the year I actually graduated high school. But anyway, we won't go there.
Yes, because again, I'm younger than you.
Your age. But listen, congratulations, Oliver North. Do us proud. I'm sure you will. Again, you have true leadership ability. It's in you to make it through a situation like that and still be on top of your game. Doesn't he have like TV shows and everything too, like on the History Channel, Military Channel, or something like that?
Well, I think he was associated with Fox News at some point.
Yes. So, I mean, good for him. I am good for the NRA, good for all of us, because we actually need somebody up there that's got some clout, some leadership, and because we're getting beat up from all sides.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's already getting it. I mean, you just do a quick Google search on his name in the NRA, and all the gun grabbing groups are already going after him like crazy. Our famous students over there are already jumping on the bandwagon. I mean, again, this.
And what could you possibly? What could you say against him? I mean,
they weren't even a thought back in the 80s. Come on.
Right.
Maybe in the 90s, they maybe have been a thought, but no, I mean, it's crazy. Give the guy a chance. Let the guy get in there. Let him prove himself. I'm sure he's going to do an awesome job.
Looks like he takes on his new role in a few weeks.
I can't wait.
Good for the NRA.
You think we can
Good
get
for
him
him.
to come talk to us?
Could you imagine?
Could be interesting.
That would be amazing. Could you imagine picking someone's brain like him?
Maybe we should go to him.
Write him a letter?
We could.
Test the water, see if there's an interest there?
Yes. I'm famous in my own mind.
In your own mind, you are.
In my own mind,
you are so famous.
So listen, I hate bringing up this business and this bank again, but I'm going to have to real quick. And this is going to be Bank of America. I'm sorry, folks. Nobody wants to hear them anymore. But they're getting heat again. And this time they're getting heat from the people on their own side.
Right. They really are. So the gun grabbers, they're actually giving Bank of America a hard time. They're kind of beating them up a little bit for not being anti-gun enough.
Yes. And basically, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, again, Bank of America came out and said they're no longer funding any businesses, anything that has to do with the manufacturing of firearms, especially military-style firearms.
Yes, the assault style rifle, the ones that
I like a pepper.
I've become known to call them now the modern sporting rifles. I like that term a lot better because there is no such thing as an assault rifle.
So basically your AR-15s.
Yes.
I mean, it's a 223, 5.56, whatever it's going to be. It's probably the most commonly sold rifle in the country.
Yes, the Armalite Rifle 15s.
Yes, it does not stand for assault rifle, does not stand for automatic rifle.
Right, because automatic is not what they are.
But they do come in fully semi-automatic though, right?
Yes, but do you know how much paperwork and what a hard
fully
time?
Semi-automatic.
Fully semi-automatic. Yes, they are fully semi-automatic.
It's an old joke, but it still cracks me up.
With each pull of the trigger, you are going to get one bullet. They are fully semi-auto.
Yes. So anyway, they're getting heat from their own side because they made a promise to Remington.
Yes, they did.
Which I believe is still owned by Serbius.
That I don't know.
I think it's Serbius that owns them. It gets confusing when you get into all that. But we all know Remington filed for a bankruptcy, a Chapter 13, which is just a restructure. They're in a tough space. I mean, everybody in the gun industry right now is in a tough space, and we're constantly getting beat up.
Right.
By the gun grabbers. Really, they're hitting us while we're down. And everybody out there, if you're listening and you own a gun shop out there, or you're in the gun industry, you know what I'm talking about. But Bank of America promised to give them a loan.
Give them a loan of $43 million.
Yes, which I don't think is going to even scratch what they owe, because I think it's closer to $1 billion.
Jeez.
But now they promised that, and good for them for sticking up with their promise. They did this well before the Parkland incident.
Yes.
So this was done months beforehand. They promised to help out Remington. They signed all the paperwork. Now they're fulfilling their obligation with that.
They're in a contract with them already. To back out, you're breaking a contract at that point.
Yeah, I'm sure there's legal ramifications to that. Attorneys, everything else will get costly. Anyway,
they're showing they're good for their word. I like that.
Good for them. I'm still not going to give them any.
I was going to say, I'm actually giving Bank of America a little bit of kudos. That's odd.
Yeah, I'm not going to. You can give them kudos, but I still won't give them
for keeping their word. Yes.
And you know what? That's actually working, folks. We are actually starting to stick together now. As conservative, constitutionalists, supporters of the Second Amendment, we're actually all starting to stick together, and it's actually starting to hurt these businesses. And they're actually hearing us now. But anyway, so the gun grabbers.
It's actually an association, which I can't even believe there is such a thing, called No Rifle Association.
There's an association for everything now.
Can you believe? They wrote them a letter.
Ooh.
Yeah. They're angered to learn that they have flipped on their promise to the American people. Well, what they're actually doing is keeping their promise that they had already made. So
somebody's actually going to stand up and actually fulfill their commitments and their obligations.
Yes.
That's shocking nowadays.
It is,
especially with the gun grabbers. So anyway, kudos to Bank of America but you're still not getting any of my business because you refuse to help out anybody in the firearms industry.
Right.
I told you before, they have a big involvement with Yeti, and Yeti pulled out of anything to do with the firearms industry. And it's a company that promotes their products to people that do outdoor sports, which a good portion of them are part of the gun community.
Yes, they are.
So I don't get it.
I don't either.
The same thing. What was it up there? Cuomo up there in New York telling Hornady nobody to do business with Hornady. He was jumping on the Bank of America bandwagon. I like Hornady's response.
Well, a lot of people are. I mean, the article actually does mention that there are 2 U.S. banks to announce gun-related restrictions. Do you know
Which
who
two
the
are
other
they?
one? Well, Bank of America is one.
Well, we got that.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Citibank?
That is the other one, yeah.
Yes. So guess which 2 banks should get none of our business?
They
Bank
never
of America.
did really have my business, but they're going to continue to not receive
No,
my
I
business.
left Bank of America years ago.
Yeah, so did I.
I can tell you a quick story about it.
Sure.
I was going to my safety deposit box. No lie, I was waiting in there for about 45 minutes for somebody to come over and help me. Just to open up the vault so I can get into the safety deposit box, fill out the paperwork, all that fun stuff. The young lady came over to help me. And then I had to wait again because they had to wait to find an employee that spoke English to help me.
Oh, okay.
That was right in downtown Sarasota. And I was just, okay. I thought I went to Bank of South America for a little while there. I think I drove a little too far south. Anyway, that upset me, and I'm a person of principle, which you know that. And I just emptied out the safety deposit box into my backpack, closed my account, left, and I've never been back.
Yeah, I left them due to a mortgage error on their end, which was expensive.
Yes. So they mean nothing to me, and we're done talking about them.
Yes. Put that away.
We're going to put that away. Now, let's talk about something free.
Everybody likes free.
We all like free. What's my motto?
If it's free, it's for me.
Exactly. So listen, our friends over at Gun Safe Florida, again, this is a 501c3 organization that started, actually, it's to help people. It's more than just safes. It's to have people actually handle a firearm safely, which, Lindsey, if I'm correct, you teach firearms courses?
Yes, I do.
What's the first part of the course you go over? Or first subject you go over? The first anything you go over in the class?
The very basic fundamental safety rules.
Bingo.
First things first.
If you can't rattle off the safety rules, learn them again. You shouldn't be carrying a gun.
Right.
It's pretty simple.
Firearm safety is all about fundamentals. To me, you start with small things first and you build from there.
Yeah,
so learn how to be safe first. Everything else comes after.
People can say it different ways and all that. I mean, different terminology for it, but it always means the same thing. So one of the things Gun Safe Florida is doing is they're actually going to start paying for classes for people. They're going to be offering free classes. Pretty interesting.
That's awesome.
They are doing a whole SAFE program. So when people actually, and they're raising money for this too, as well. And nobody's making money. This is all volunteer. But they're buying safes. Not big ones. Again, the little portable, not portable, one gun safes. Right. Just to secure it on your nightstand and your desk drawer, something like that. So if you're not in control of your firearm, it's not on your person, that you can actually secure it. So especially children, but nobody unauthorized to touch that firearm is going to be able to get a hold of it. And they're going to be giving them out for free.
That's awesome.
So to do that, they're trying to raise money. And they've already been giving it out. If you go to their Facebook page, again, that's Gun Safe Florida, you can see where they're giving it out. All you got to do is make a comment. And the comment that gets the most reactions, I should say. Basically, you put something funny up there, put a comment up there under the competition part, and then get all your friends to like it and share it and do everything else, and you can win a free safe.
So that's how they select the winner?
Yes.
Yes.
It's just Facebook does it. It's just one that's most relevant, that gets the most likes and views and all that. That's the person that wins. Pretty simple. And now what they're doing is they are actually going to be raffling off, get this, an HK VP9.
Oh, this is where we talk about the gun.
Yes, in a really cool FDE color. So it's got the FDE frame. It's a black slide. Really good looking gun. What I really like about that gun is you can actually change out the grip, the side panels, and the back strap to actually fit your hands.
Right.
So you can have a larger back strap. You can have on the outer panel a larger panel installed. And on the inside panel, have a smaller one, or vice versa, whatever you want. You can customize that gun to your hand.
That's very cool.
That's one of the coolest things I think about that whole gun. Again, it's I believe it's a $20 donation. You get the ticket, and I forget the exact date. It's right on their website. You can go to it. It's gunsafeflorida.com. You can actually buy the tickets right off the website. Of course, you can stop in the Aegis Tactical and get tickets as well. And once they sell the tickets, you can win this gun. And off the top of my head, I think these guns go for about, what, $800, something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, they're not the cheapest. It's HK.
It's right. It is HK. They're kind of a step above a little bit.
That's your Mercedes or Cadillac of vehicles right there of the guns. So
versus the Chevy or the Ford.
There's nothing wrong with a Chevy.
Not to offend any Chevy
I have a GMC and I love my GMC. But that's good to them. I think it's a great organization. Yes. Do I sit on the board for them? Yes. I do try to help them out. You'll see me on some of their videos, but the whole concept of this thing is awesome, and it is more of a grassroots style. It's starting in the Sarasota Manatee area, but it's quickly growing outside of the area. So the more support we can get this larger, and we can do this throughout the whole state. And
it's all about gun safety, which is awesome.
Yeah, and the big thing is too with that, and I know we got to take a break momentarily, but again, the way I look at it, the way I talk about it, it's I'm not pointing out single moms, but it's a single mom that comes into the shop that's looking to buy her first firearm to protect herself and her family.
That's how I started out.
Yes. And, she has a limited budget. Let's say you only have $500
right.
and you're going to buy a gun. Listen, you can buy a great gun for $500.
Absolutely.
Out the door.
A good, reliable gun.
But once she gets into the training aspect, because we're going to make sure she's trained properly to not only safely handle the gun, but use it in a life-threatening situation.
In a safe manner to where no one gets hurt that's not meant to be hurt.
That's the big thing when you're looking at training. We still got to do a whole show on training, and we can.
Okay.
Some of the things that I heard this week, I'm getting off subject.
They blow your mind on a daily basis.
It did more. I was getting a bloody nose because of it.
Yeah. You know that little mind-blown emoji?
Yes, that was me. You could just take a picture of my head and do this. Let's finish this up when we return.
Okay.
Welcome back to Talking Guns with Joe. Thanks for sticking with us. Again, I am Joe, and I got my co-host tonight, Lindsey Guns. And we were just talking about the gun that Gun Safe Florida, is raffling off. This beautiful HK VP9 with the FTE frame and black slide.
It's a nice color combo.
Yes. So again, you want more information on this, of course, stop by their website, gunsafeflorida.com, or their Facebook page, same thing. You can even stop in the Aegis Tactical in Lakewood Ranch and talk to them about it. You can pick up tickets there as well, or get your tickets online. It's a good deal. But we were talking about the single mom. I forgot all about that. So listen, it was originally designed so that single mom comes in here. She's got $500 in her hand. That's her complete budget to get a firearm, to get ammunition, and to get training.
Right. I've been there.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's tough. And you can do it for $500.
Absolutely.
The problem is one of the things that you forget a lot of times is the safe, or a way to safely secure that firearm.
Especially around the kids.
Yeah, listen, anytime you buy a new firearm, they always come with that weird looking bicycle lock or some other kind of contraption that goes in there. Legally, they have to have them in there. But listen, it's there for a reason, so you can actually secure that firearm.
But it also makes it inoperable.
Yes, that's the only
issue.
Downfall.
Right.
I mean, it's great if you're leaving your house for a while or you're going on vacation for a couple of weeks, whatever it's going to be. You can lock it up, put it through there, and that's just going to ensure that no unauthorized person is going to accidentally pick up this gun and hurt themselves or somebody else.
Right. Can
they still pick it up and steal it? Yes. So then you get these small safes. Nightstand safes is basically what I refer to them as. Put them on your nightstand while you're home. It's staying secure. No unauthorized persons can touch it. But if something happened, you can still get to it, usually within a reasonable amount of time.
Right.
To defend yourself or your loved ones.
Because on the inside of it, you have an operable gun.
Yes. So this is where Florida, Gun Safe Florida, I keep on saying it wrong tonight. They came up with this cool idea, and that's just hey, you know what? We're going to give them the safe. And if we can do it, we're going to give them the training. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And there's cool businesses out there jumping on the bandwagon to help out. Our friends over at Coleman's Tavern, they're jumping on the bandwagon. They're going to help out with that.
Good.
They're going to get some safes. We got a couple other businesses we're working with right now. So it's going to help out.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like we talked about earlier, all the gun grabbers, the anti-gun people are trying to give everyone who is associated with firearms a bad rap. We're actually all about safety as well.
Yeah, there are. We're doing good things out there.
Absolutely.
And nobody seems to want to talk about that.
Right.
So enough with that. Folks, again, if you want to get involved with that, check out their site, Gun Safe Florida. Now, let's go back to my favorite business out there, Dick's Sporting Goods. It never sounds right saying that. I should just start off with Field and Stream.
I think there was a little sarcasm there as well.
There is. If you happen to see the video we did on that this week, I'm sure you're laughing right now, giggling to yourself.
You can check out that video on the Facebook page.
We're doing the old cringe. Oh, or was it Homer Simpson made that noise?
No.
Yep, that one. So listen, but kudos. I got to give a shout out to some organizations and businesses out there. First, the National Shooting Sports Foundation. Of course, they cut all ties with Dick's Sporting Goods. And that's a great organization for the firearms industry as a whole, but especially retailers. I mean, they really go above and beyond helping us out to make sure we're in compliance with the ATF. They just do a lot, and they just cut Dick's off. It didn't come out right. I apologize. They cut Dick's Sporting Goods off. I got to come up with an abbreviation for that.
Yes.
DSG, we'll call it from now on.
Yeah, I like it. And a little acronym.
Okay. You got to have an acronym for everything. Springfield.
Yeah, we talked about that one.
Yes, Springfield cut them off as well. I think they were the second one. I think the National Shooting Sports Foundation was number one.
Okay.
Springfield was number two. Good for Springfield. If you don't know them, they make some really cool handguns.
They do.
The whole XD series that they have, the XDSs, then their rifles. The M1A ones,
Absolutely.
they make some good stuff. And the Saint, they came out with the Saint this year.
Right.
And that thing is flying off the shelves.
Remember when we saw that at the SHOT Show?
Yes. For the price, that's a awesome gun.
Very nice rifle.
Then guess who else just pulled out of there?
I think you're going to tell us.
I'm going to tell you. Mossberg.
Okay.
Our friends at Mossberg said no more to DSG. We're not supplying them anymore. Folks, we all know Mossberg.
Absolutely.
They were here at the shop the other day, too, by the way. Nice people. But they cut them off. Mossberg sells a ton of shotguns.
Yes.
And long guns.
They've been making them forever.
Hunting rifles, personal protection rifles, shotguns, sporting clays, everything. I mean, one of my favorite shotguns is a Mossberg 930.
Right.
Their semi-automatic version, because let's face it, I'm getting lazier the older I get. I just want to press the trigger and I want the gun to go bang. I love
smarter, not harder.
I won the competition with that gun. Took it out of the box and won. Never fired it before. That's how well that gun shoots. So kudos to Mossberg. Here's the kicker, and this is really a kicker, the Dick's Sporting Goods.
This is a...
It's MKS Supply, which is...
They are also known as...
Say it again. What do they supply? High Point. And if you know us at all and you've ever came into our shop here, They Just Tactical, you would know our feelings on High Point, but they just stepped up a little bit in my book because they are cutting off DSG.
Does that mean you're going to start selling them at the shop?
Probably not. We have a little bit a standard that we like to uphold here.
Well, and it's all based on reliability, though.
Yes. I'm not going to bash their guns. I am not a huge fan of them. And I find it hard to sell something that I don't like.
I find it hard to sell something that does not have a very high reliability factor. If I know that this person's going to use this to potentially protect themselves one day, I can only sleep at night when I know that that's going to be a very reliable firearm.
We're getting off on a different subject real quick, but that's a good point, though, because our shop and what we do, and Lindsay, I know this is what you do as well, it's all about personal protection.
Yes.
Folks, don't laugh at me. I don't hunt.
No.
I can hear people right now in their cars giggling and laughing. I don't hunt. I've never hunted. I never had the desire to hunt.
You hunt at like Publix.
I hunt at Publix all the time. What's the other grocery stores? Whole Foods? Nah, they don't like me at Whole Foods, so I don't go there.
Yeah, you got some funny reactions there.
I get some funny reactions when I walk in. I think I scare them. But I grew up in New Jersey.
Right.
I grew up around people that hunted religiously.
Well, I grew up in a hunting family, but I myself have never hunted. I think it'd be a cool skill to have.
I think, yes.
But I've never done it myself
I think I can do it without a problem. I know I can shoot the target without a problem. all the other stuff. I never had the desire, again, in New Jersey, to go sit in the tree stand at, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, spraying all this stuff all over me, not being able to talk, drink anything, eat anything, do anything for hours. Did I mention it's cold?
It's New Jersey. It's going to be cold.
Yes. I wanted nothing to do with it. So I've never hunted.
Right.
Never had any desire. So the shop here and what we do, everything's about personal defense.
Right.
It's called Aegis Tactical, but everything's about defending yourself.
I mean, we can still get your hunting rifles if that's what you want, but
yes, of course,
for the main part, it's personal protection for your family.
For what we stock, it's personal protection. And, I had a couple people come in this week asking me, how come you don't sell ABC branded guns here? Because they're not quality guns. And the big thing is looking at their return rates, and you can talk to our distributors and they will tell you what's getting returned. You can go to the manufacturers, they have to tell you. I believe they have to tell you because they always tell us. If they have a high return rate, I'm not selling it.
Right.
I cannot sell somebody something that, God forbid, they get into a situation and they have to use it and they get a click and no bang. Is that a song?
No. Click, click, boom.
That's the song. But anyway, if we're going to sell you something, we're going to sell you a quality gun that works. We're going to do the best that we can to make sure our customers have the best equipment that they can possibly have. So again, certain guns out there, gun that we mentioned earlier, I don't think falls in that guidelines. That's why we don't sell it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, actually, I think, when they cut you off.
It's really bad when they cut you off. I mean, that's the bottom of the barrel. That's like the crackhead saying they're not going in there anymore, the shoplift.
That's bad.
That's bad. That's kind of funny, actually. There are a couple. I wish a bunch of the other manufacturers would jump on the bandwagon with that as well.
I'm sure that that's coming down the pipeline.
I hope so. I really do, because I've talked to a couple manufacturers in the past 2 weeks, and I'll be honest, they really upset me. I'm not going to say their names or anything like that. But I mean, my conversation with them and what they were doing was actually hurting the dealers, and they just said that flat out, we don't care about our dealers. We just care about our bottom line, our numbers. I understand business. I understand how that works. But if all your dealers knew that, guess what they wouldn't be selling?
They wouldn't be selling your product, and how is that going to work for your bottom line?
Yes. I mean, it's just aggravates me, and they're a really popular firearm. I just wish a true American company would make a gun that popular and start selling them.
Wouldn't you want to remember our thing? Support those who support you?
Yeah, support those who support us. I mean, support local, buy local, because local supports you.
Well, as a firearm manufacturer, it is that retailer, it is that gun shop who is supporting you.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier, everybody in the gun industry is hurting a little bit. Nobody's doing great. So we have to look at these things, and you got to remember, when we're looking, you're not doing well, you got to look at ways to increase your bottom line. You need to get more sales, whatever it's going to be. Think outside the box. I think a lot of them are out there just trying to make as many sales as possible, any which way they possibly can do it. And that, to me, that's not how you keep customers.
No.
It's not how you have loyal customers. It's not how you have a loyal following.
Return repeat customers come back when they feel like they've been treated well and they've gotten a good value. And
remember after Sandy Hook, I mean, all the gun shops, a lot of them went out of business. I mean, they were really taking advantage of the customers out there. Charging them what? A $600 rifle they were charging $2,500 for?
Unreal. So
hey, shame on you if you bought one of those.
But so they made a lot of money, but that person's never going to come back ever again.
Yes. And, good for us because we didn't do that stuff. But anyway, that's why I like to see a bunch of the firearms manufacturers jump on this and just stop supplying Dick's Sporting Goods and their subsidiary Field and Stream. Just cut them off right there. Speaking of cut off, if you saw the video I did this week, it gets a reaction. Yes, we do it for a reaction. We like to have fun.
Funny.
We like to have fun. We like to joke around.
Can't take yourself too seriously.
If you ever hung out at the shop long enough, we like having fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That's why we make these videos. We want to make some fun, make you laugh, make you think. But boy, do I tick off some people on the other side, which I really don't care about.
Other side, you mean other countries, or
No, other countries too. Apparently this week.
Yeah, that actually happened.
Did you see my lettuce video?
I did see your lettuce video.
We came up with a way to help eradicate the E. coli epidemic happening in this country today.
Yes.
And at first, we used a Glock 9mm, Glock 19. We didn't think it did the job well enough, so I had to pull out the machine gun and shoot the lettuce.
Lettuce didn't stand a chance against the machine gun.
It was now E. coli free. Or at least nobody would even touch it or handle it and get any type of E. coli.
No.
Folks, we did that for fun. It was a joke. It was 99.9% of you got it.
Right.
Even though apparently I used the wrong kind of lettuce.
Yes,
but
you
guess what
used
you couldn't
iceberg
buy?
and the E. coli is in the romaine.
But guess what you couldn't buy?
You couldn't buy the romaine.
You couldn't find romaine anywhere
because
around
there's E.
here.
coli in it.
Exactly. So we got iceberg. It was funny. So we did that, and oh my, people went up in arms that I shot lettuce.
Yes, you're a crazy person now. You can't be trusted with guns.
Defensive lettuce. So, of course, we get the leftist gun grabbers right off the bat starting to go off on me, and they say nothing that makes sense. They pick on my size.
They compared a head of lettuce to a human.
Yes, I'm that head of lettuce to a human. Again, my size. Yes, I am 6'3", 300 pounds.
Yes.
Maybe a little bit taller, maybe closer. I don't know. I'm big. Okay, I'll leave it at that. A little too big right now.
He's not a little guy.
But that's all they could talk about was that.
Right.
And did I wear glasses? Ooh.
A lot of people do.
Makes a lot of sense. So they couldn't have anything. And one of the guys went on there. I think it was a guy at least. And this whole paragraph going off on me. And he's reporting me to the FBI and everything else.
From his country?
And you click on this profile. He's from Pakistan.
Yeah.
And he's picking on me. And told me I needed to go on a diet. So I'm going on a diet. It's going to be an all pork diet, but I'm going to go on that diet. I'm telling you right now. But listen, that's their way of fighting things.
Yes. They don't attack issues. They make it personal.
And people keep trying to tell me they're bots and all that, which I don't know if that's true or not. Just saying it's randomly generated by a computer. That's really not a human.
Yeah, that's above my pay grade.
Yeah, it's above my pay grade as well. But like the stuff on Facebook, and Vern Buchanan's getting it now. Everybody's getting it. I mean, it's a constant. They just bombard you. They go on your Facebook page. They're constantly going against you. Businesses out there, they start writing negative reviews about your business. I mean, half of them, they're not even from this country.
Do they really have nothing better to do?
Oh, yeah. Nothing better to do. Well, they don't work. That's a given. A lot of them are from other countries too, and who knows what they're doing over there. And, at Facebook, they're going to hurt some of these small businesses out there one day. And something bad's going to happen. And
that's a shame because that's the American dream.
Yes.
I mean.
But, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, step up, grow some, and start knocking these people off. I mean, they're just knocking them off your page. I got to rephrase that. Again, I'm from Jersey.
Right.
Rephrase that. Take them off your site. I mean, it's just not right what they're doing out there. But anyway, that's the only way they know how to fight is just to insult and not let you get two words in it. Edgewise, I thank them all the time. Because all that does is bump up our ratings on the social media game.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Pretty much at that point in time.
Yeah.
So we got to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to talk about some free classes and some other fun stuff and some training tips.
I think I know some of those.
We got some tips. And we might talk about some of these stories I've been hearing this week that it just, again, I'm getting a bloody nose thinking about it. It was crazy. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Talking Guns with Joe. I am Joe, and again, I am here with Lindsay. And we just got done talking about Dick's Sporting Goods.
We did.
And kudos to, again, the NSSF. That's the National Shooting Sports Foundation, Springfield, Mossberg, and our friends over at High Point.
Yes.
And again, we encourage all the other manufacturers out there to follow suit and just to cut off these companies.
This is a bandwagon I could jump on.
Yes. Again, if you're not going to support me, I'm not going to support you. I don't go into a restaurant. If I go to a restaurant and I see the no gun sign, typically it's the little silhouette of the gun, the little red thing, and the line goes through it.
Right. And the little white square.
I walk out. Why should I support that company if they're not going to support my rights for me to protect myself, my family, or whoever I'm with while I'm at their establishment? I mean, are they going to provide me armed security?
Right.
Do they have any kind of security there? No.
Not usually, no.
I mean, last time you go to what's at the Cheesecake Factory, they got their little no gun sign. Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm calling them out. Yes, I don't care. Starbucks, They have all their signs up there. No firearms allowed. Why should I go there and spend any of my hard-earned money with you when you don't care about my safety?
It's true. I'm
when was the last time a lawful, legal gun owner, concealed weapons holder in the state of Florida walked into one of those establishments and somebody got hurt with their firearm?
You don't hear about that stuff because it doesn't happen.
You can't find it.
Right.
Yeah, it does not happen. So because of their political stance, I choose not to spend my money there, and I won't. It's that simple. So, the same thing with all these firearm manufacturers. You have Dick's, which is hiring lobbyists to fight our Second Amendment. If you are a gun manufacturer and you still supply them with firearms, if you are a distributor out there still supplying this company, and there's an affiliate there, Field and Stream, or subsidiary, whatever they are, shame on you, and I shouldn't be selling your products in our shop anymore.
Agreed. Because
you are just funding an organization that's fighting to get rid of you.
You're funding an organization that's totally against you.
It's like, come on, let's go fund the terrorists.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense at all. So again, I'm a person of principles. If, again, somebody's not going to support me, I'm not going to support you at all.
Right.
So let's talk about some fun things now.
Okay.
More free stuff. Ding, 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 ding. That's the word of the day. Free. If it's free, it's for me. Everybody should take that motto. Listen, Aegis Tactical. Yes, we're with Aegis Tactical. But we are offering a free, I said it, free, Have It Clean Your Gun class. Again, these classes are pretty fun.
They are fun, and it's good information.
We concentrate on handguns, of course. We're going to do a long gun course coming up pretty soon. But this is a free Have It Clean Your Firearms gun. You didn't have to buy it here. We wish you did, but you didn't have to buy it. Just come on in. All you got to do is sign up. I'm going to put links. Go to our Facebook page, Talking Guns with Joe. Look for the video with tonight's show, and underneath you'll have a link on how you can sign up for it. It's limited seating in these things. Again, it's free. All you have to do is come in, and we're going to teach you the correct way from the professionals how to properly field strip your firearm, clean it, inspect it, reassemble it, and test it to make sure your gun's in perfect working order.
A clean gun is a happy gun.
Yes. I go overboard. I am a very fastidious person. If I shoot 5 rounds through my gun, if I shoot 1 round through my gun, I clean it.
You are fastidious.
Yes. A clean gun's a happy gun. It's the one thing I can control in a life-threatening situation, or let's face it, a gunfight, is how well my equipment's maintained.
Yes.
And how well I'm trained and prepared. So I'm going to maintain that equipment as best as I possibly can.
I feel like I should go home and clean some guns.
You probably should. I'll give you some of mine too if you like. This is really, we always get great feedback from this class because people just, didn't know they were making simple mistakes, or they were just spending way too much money on things they did not need. So we're just going to get rid of some of those rumors. It's a fun class. It's about 1.5 hours, 2 hours long. It's enjoyable, and it's going to teach you the right ways of doing things. So if you have that opportunity, that's going to be on June 9th. It's right here on Lakewood Ranch in Lakewood, right here at Aegis Tactical on Lakewood Ranch. It's going to be at 1:30 p.m. Sign up ahead of time, and they're going to be doing classes like this, like every 6 weeks or so. So are you going to be joining us in that class, Lindsay?
I can, yes.
I think you should. I think you should make a guest appearance.
I should make a guest appearance.
You actually teach the concealed weapons class in that classroom at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right. So, yes, it'll be before the gun cleaning class.
Yes. So you'll be here.
So people could come and attend a concealed weapons class and then learn how to clean their gun.
They can go in the range. They can shoot their gun.
And then clean it.
Then clean it afterwards.
They can be as fastidious as you.
Yes. That's going to be tough. I take it to another level. So anyway, then another thing that we're going to be offering, and this is a class I'm going to be teaching. I think Lindsay's going to be helping out as well. And this is going to be a free Firearms 101 safety and facts course for, it says, Manatee and Sarasota students.
Students. Okay.
And that means grade school students.
Okay.
We do have a couple of people calling from colleges. They're getting ready to graduate college, and they want to come take the class for free. I'm sorry you don't count. You got to take the regular concealed course. This is a course for grade school minors to come take a class. It's going to be how to safely handle the firearms.
Must be accompanied by parent?
Yes. And especially if they're going to shoot.
Absolutely.
Now, if you have teenage, you got a junior, senior, whatever it is in high school, yes, the parents don't have to sit in the classroom. If they're minors, and the youngest we've had in there, I think, was 7.5.
Right.
We want the parents to sit in there. Again, it's a free course. It's going to go over all the firearm safety, how to safely handle a gun, what to do if you come across a firearm. And that's my biggest fear. That's why I wanted my son to know how to properly handle a firearm.
Absolutely.
Just God forbid they go to a party, they do something.
They go to a friend's house, they're walking in a park. I mean,
and there's a gun there, because that's how people get hurt. Because kids see them on TV, they think they're cool, they pick them up, they start playing games, and we've all read the paper afterwards. So this course is going to teach them how to safely handle all that, what to do in those situations. Of course, we're going to go over all the facts, get rid of some of these rumors that are going on out there that they learn in some of these schools. I know your kids are out of school.
Yes.
My kid's still in there, and he comes back and tells me some of the things that his teachers are talking about, and it just really blows my mind. But kudos for him, because he sets them straight.
Teachers are there to teach the class.
Yeah.
Yes.
He sets them straight with facts, not just opinion. So that's going to be a really cool class. So again, that's going to be on Saturday, May 19th at 1:30 p.m. Again, Aegis Tactical. So listen, go to the Talking Guns with Joe Facebook page. Go to tonight's show. You're going to see a video. You'll see Lindsey and I. We're waving to you right now.
I'm the one in the pink.
I'm the one with the bald head. And you can jump right on there, and you can click on the link and get into that class.
So that's coming up. That's next weekend.
Holy cow, that is coming up next weekend.
Yes, that's next weekend.
That's coming up fast. So listen, jump on there. I'm sure that class is filling up quick. You need to get in there. Again, we do firearm safety training courses and concealed weapons classes routinely. I mean, several times a week, every Monday,
times a week.
Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Yes.
And I'm going to say our class is the best class in the state.
That's the only way you should be teaching it, honestly.
Yes.
Don't teach it if you don't think you're the best one out there.
we're going to run out of time tonight, but I would love to just get into about some of these stories that I'm hearing about people folks, when you're going to take the class, vet your instructors, vet the place that you're going to, the firearms training facility. If this is somebody doing it in the parking lot somewhere, leave.
That's scary.
Yes. If somebody sits there and tells you how special forces they are and every other thing in the world, and they can't prove it to you, they can talk about it, but they can't prove it to you. They can't even show you a picture. They can't, nothing, walk away.
I've heard of classes being held in people's houses.
I mean, I know a guy that was, yes, he was in the military. He was not a firearms instructor. He really didn't do much with firearms. The last I heard, previous after that, he somehow, since he left the military, his 4-year stint, he was special forces.
In 4 years?
After he left.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew him while he was in. I knew him when he just got out. And now all of a sudden he's became special forces.
After the fact.
Yes. A Delta guy, all this other stuff. And now what I heard today, he's a sniper.
After the fact as well.
Currently active with the military as a sniper.
He re-enlisted?
Yes, folks, active? I just said a few minutes ago that I'm not in the best shape of my life. I am in better shape than him, hands down. I don't get it. People, you can't fall for these things. Make sure you vet your instructor. That's the only way I can actually say it.
Right.
Make sure they are who they say they are. You're spending your hard-earned money for that class. Make sure you're getting what you pay for.
Make sure they're legit.
Make sure they're legit, because they're going to teach you something. If you don't learn anything in the class, there's something wrong. It was not a good class. Because I can guarantee you come to any one of the classes here at Aegis, anyone of Florida Concealed Carry class. I mean, that's a great website to go to. They're starting to vet all the instructors out there. But you go to any one of those classes, wherever they're going to be, it's a true instructor. You're going to learn something. I don't care how cool or great you think you are with guns, you're going to learn something.
Absolutely.
I mean, I still take classes.
I teach classes, and I've had people say, I've taken the class before, but I didn't learn the stuff that I learned in this class.
We get a lot of those.
I love that, though. You're teaching them something new, even though they had done this before.
I love that part, but I feel bad for people. I feel bad for people they waste money.
I do too, because I wouldn't want to waste my money.
To one of these cattle call gun classes, and I'll just leave it at that. And they spend $139 for a course that they got ripped off by $129.99. Then they have to come back and pay money again to take a class somewhere else, and they say, we never even went over any of this
in
the class they paid for.
Right.
Where they teach them how to fill out paperwork or tell them how to fill out paperwork. I'd
have a hard time taking people's money. I'd have a real hard time with that.
But listen, be careful out there with all that stuff. We're going to be back next week, same time. But always check out what we do during the week on our Facebook page. And we have a YouTube account. We have Twitter. We have all that stuff. And it's all Talking Guns with Joe. And keep up what we do during the week. You'll see some videos that might make you laugh just a little bit.
There's some funny stuff. There's some serious stuff, a little bit of both.
But folks, have a great night. Can't wait to hear from you this week. And we'll talk to you next week, same time.
Have a good week.